Let's do it. Let me turn up the volume here. Actually, hold on. This should be fully charged. So let me just plug in my... I'm doing this through One Guide, just so you know. So I'm using my Xbox controller as a secondary. There we go. Okay. All the usual settings. Like going on a hike. Alright. This means easy mode. The other one's very easy. And we're going to play as Jill. Spooky. Alright. So, in case you missed yesterday, we're going to be playing through Jill's campaign. Because I've already beaten Chris's story.
Alpha Team is flying around the forest zone, situated in northwest Raccoon City, where we are searching for the helicopter of our compatriots, Bravo Team, who disappeared during the middle of their mission.
Found it yet?
No, not yet, Bizarre murder cases have recently occurred in Raccoon City. There are outlandish reports of families being attacked by a group of about 10 people. Victims were apparently eaten. The Bravo Team was sent in to investigate, but we lost contact.
Look, Chris.
Bravo Team's helicopter was a derelict. Save for the remaining body of Kevin. We continued our search for the other members, and it turned into a nightmare. This way. Damn it! Make for that mansion!
Enter the survival horror. Classic. Alright. So like I said, we're playing as Jill. Jill is considered...
There are only 3 S.T.A.R.S members left now.
a little bit better to deal with than Chris's story, but I played Chris's stories first. Because that was just what I heard. Was to start with Chris's story.
Not quite your ordinary
If you're familiar
house,
with Resident Evil.
that's for sure.
Hey, Wesker, where's Chris?
Jill, no. You don't want to go back out there.
But we've got to find...
What was that?
Chris?
No.
Jill, go and investigate.
I'm going with her. Chris and I go back a long way.
All right. You two go. I'll secure this area.
Stay sharp. A dining room.
Something weird about that?
I think you'd better take a look at this.
What is it?
Blood. Jill, see if you can find any other clues. I'll be examining this. Let's just hope it's not Chris's.
I'll be using mostly analog controls, but you can play with the D-pad and like have standard hand controls. Perfectly fine. I transfer between both depending on what I need to do.
Barry!
What is it?
Look out! It's a monster!
Let me take care of it! What the hell is this thing?
I found Kenneth killed by this thing. Let's report this to Wesker.
To Wesker.
Wesker! Jill, help me look for him. Let's not leave this hall.
Good idea.
Alright. Most of these rooms are locked anyways, so we shouldn't have to worry about Wesker. We don't have the key for it.
Barry.
Any luck, Jill?
No, nothing. What's going on around here? I can't figure it out.
Same here.
Chris, and now Wesker.
There's not much we can do. We can search for him separately. I'll investigate the dining room again.
Okay then, I'll try the door on the other side.
This mansion is gigantic. We could easily get lost. Let's start from the first floor.
Okay.
Oh! I almost forgot. It's a lockpick. You'd make better use of it.
So lockpick will allow us to open up anything that would require old keys.
Listen. If something happens, let's meet up in this hall. Got it?
Okay.
Now let's start by getting ourselves the map of the first floor. Let's drop down from here. Turn around. And push. There was a dagger in there, but I'm going to save it for later. Okay, and climb up. And just like that, we have an entire map of the first floor. You can't advance any further from here, so we're going to go back. I have tea, just in case. But yeah, the whole technique here being that we should probably look for the stuff to get into the ruins, which is pretty easy as it is. We need... We need to get the arrowhead from the second floor. Oh, right, and there's a special... video player. There's a videotape that we can use to see Kenneth's last moments. At the end of the game, I think. Because that's a weird. There's 15 rounds right here. We're going to keep any herbs on the ground until we really need them. Because you can blend green-green and green-red. Also green-blue at some point, but we want to keep the... we want to keep the herbs until we actually need them. Okay. So, if we go to the open door over there, then we're just going to have... we're just going to have a room that we can't actually go through or anything. Okay. Grab this extra ammo as well. We'll stockpile it in a storage room later, but grabbing it now will save us the hassle of having to look for tiny little gray blocks down the line. Okay, now I have the arrowhead, so we're gonna go out to the graveyard. Or the courtyard, actually, I think it's called. That zombie doesn't seem to care. There's a green herb down there. So yeah, I've played a lot of Resident Evil in my time. I played Resident Evil 2 originally on an N64 emulator, where the sound was really fucked. Like, any voices were either completely mute or incomprehensible, loud static. And I played through most of Resident Evil 2 that way, barring the soft locks that I had to bypass through just doing the same stuff over and over again with very minute changes in how I did it. I have Resident Evil 2 now on the PlayStation 1, and I haven't exactly played a whole lot of it because I'm saving it for the Spoopstober event. Because I actually think it's one of my favorite Resident Evil games. Right up there with Resident Evil 5 as a co-op game. But Resident Evil 2, I think, is a little bit better than Resident Evil 1. Although I can't deny, Resident Evil 1 is extremely good. Like, it's just stellar in its design. Yeah, we just go through here and down this road to the arrowheads. Now, the reason we go this way is because there's a key that we can't get until we access this tomb. This crypt, it's called, actually. First things first, there's some shotgun shells over here. We'll save those for later. So basically, the first few hours of Resident Evil is mostly about memorizing the layouts of areas in order to remember where puzzles need to be solved, and avoiding combat as much as possible. That's like the big thing that I made a mistake in when I first played, is using too much ammo. So the Book of Curses, if you look on the back, will be a mansion key, and then we'll get this in our files. And if we actually examine the back of this, we'll notice that it has a sword engraving on it, so we have the sword key. We can use the sword key to access the first floor of the mansion. We can explore a few rooms at the very most. And let's see. This is actually a very important thing to do as well, is to learn Chris's and Jill's story in order to know the differences. But Chris's story has a lot of the puzzles. Like, it has... Not only do I think you only have 6 inventory slots, as Chris, where you have 8 here, but Chris does, like, 95% of the puzzles. And I think you skip a few of the puzzles here. Alright, quick thing to note is, if you push these, there's things under them. Like, here's a dagger. Daggers are defensive items. I think they were implemented in Remake, I can't remember if they were in the original. But basically, if you're grabbed by a zombie, you can use these items to protect yourself from taking damage. It's also very useful. I gotta push it the other way. It's also very useful if you need to kill a zombie. There are flashbang grenades, or flash grenades, that you can use to instantly kill a zombie. Because one thing you need to know about Resident Evil is, if you don't kill a zombie by doing a critical hit on its head, then it's going to come back and be even more difficult than the last time. So that's why you try to avoid conflict as much as possible. Okay, this is where you get fertilizer. Also, there's a stockpile of herbs here. The herbicide, I think it's called. Yeah, there's kerosene in here. It's mostly for Chris. I can't remember what you do with it, but yeah. You get like a kerosene can, and even then I don't... I think you can use it as Jill, actually. It's worth noting now that we have plenty of items right now, so we need to find a safe room or to stockpile all of our stuff for later. Oop, hello. Don't touch. No touch. So usually there would be an old key in here, but now it's a dagger because we have lockpicks. That's basically the whole thing about this, is we don't have lockpicks to deal with anymore. Oops. Okay, this way. This is the shotgun room, I believe? Yeah. There's also a dagger and some ink ribbons. The thing to note about the ink ribbons is that I usually put them back in the inventory. It's also worth noting that you shouldn't remove the shotgun just yet, because that's a puzzle in itself. If you remove the shotgun, then the ceiling starts coming down. We'll come back for that later. Okay, this should be the faulty door. Unless that's only... Oh no, I think it's on the other side, actually. Okay. So this is one of the typewriter rooms where you can just store items. There's a kerosene thing here. More ammo. So in here we have more ammo for our handgun, we have more ink ribbons, and I'm also going to put the survival knife in here, as well as the herbicide. Basically, we're not going to be needing these items all too much, so that's why we're not doing anything with it. It's a very ornate fuel canteen. I mean, they could just call it a flask, but, you know. But yeah, we're just gonna store all the things we need, in there for now. We're just going to try to bypass conflict entirely, which is easier said than done in most instances. Yeah, that's a sword key door. I never did find out what this is for. So in here is another important item. We need the dog whistle. And here's more handgun ammo. We're actually going to be using this ammo, because it is actually a required combat. Each herb has a distinct one. Basically telling you what those herbs do. Oh yeah. Also a lighter. You do need a lighter in this game, actually. Don't play with fire, love Jessica. Where does it say that? I would love if it actually said that. Oh well. Okay. So this is the door that has no knob on the outside. Oop. There's a door on the far end. More herbs. We're just gonna light this. If I'm right, there aren't any other rooms we can explore there. It doesn't hurt to check. So I have defensive items turned off. I mean manual. It doesn't automatically use them. Which is important because I don't want to accidentally use them. Where is this? I don't think this... Yeah, I can't use it because I need the armor key. On the other side is a double door. That'll take us to where we need to go next. I think if we take that, a zombie shows up, so we're gonna go here. And then in one of the old doors that we're gonna see soon, that's where we need to go next. This one. Because this leads to the courtyard where we have to use the dog whistle. Alright, I get it. You want my love. Yeah, this is where I use the herbs. There we go. Okay. Now we take the dog collar. And in here is a tiny little coin. So yeah, we're going to be using this as the puzzle for the next area. So yeah, we're just going to discard this dog whistle. Because thankfully we don't need it anymore. We only need it for that one puzzle. Next up is going to the first floor again. So we can go to the mirror room that we went to earlier. Yeah, just this way. Yeah. Oop. Okay. Yeah, then we go upstairs to the mirror room. We can grab the armor key from there. One thing I'm going to do, though, real quick, is I'm actually going to reload. Because I missed quite a few shots. There are plenty of herbs here too, by the way, so I'm just going to take one. Because we're going to be... Oops. Forgot about him. No problem. So we have an inventory space left. Because we need to take this key. We're going to take this key invitation, and we're going to just take the key that we have right now. Because now we have the armor key. And I think this is a shield door. Helmet. Yeah, helmet. So this is an armor key. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to drop off. We're going to drop off our items at the room that we were at earlier. And then we got to explore a few more rooms. I think it's this way. So the reason why I got a herb to begin with is just in case. Because this game likes to toss a few things your way. And it can become a problem. Okay. I think we have the key that'll allow us into the second part of the first floor. Oh, it's locked. Okay. I mean, I could try this key on other doors up there. I definitely don't want to deal with that zombie, so... Okay, I think, yeah. Yeah, all these zombies are now aware. Including that guy, who is actually a furious zombie. As you can see, he is furious. Lock on the other side. Yeah, okay, that's an armor key. This should be a shortcut to the foyer? Yeah. Or to the dining room, I mean. Either way, it's better safe than sorry at that point. We can go back now. And, man, I just have a bunch of hair up my nose, I think. That was the door opening, so there should be a zombie there. No, it's just him banging on a stone. Okay, that's not good. Just use a dagger right now. Don't worry about it. So this will go back to the room we were in? Yeah, so now we have a shortcut. By the way, all of this is really bad. Like, we're in a lot of bad spots. But we can still go downstairs from here. And here's another safe room. Where we can dump all of our stuff. We don't need the lighter right now. I never did find out what this wood mount was for. And we can save the herb for later. If I'm right, many of them are of a sickly color. Yeah. So this is just another safe room. I call them safe, but I think zombies can come in. Either way. Next order of business is this way. Oop, I forgot about you. This is where the rusty shotgun is. And the reason we want the rusty shotgun is for reasons. Battery pack? Hold on. Do I have the stun gun? Oh yeah, I have a stun gun. Okay. So that's what battery packs are for. Alright. I'm gonna take this broken shotgun. It's like, I think the only key thing in this room besides an ink ribbon. Okay, what's my health like? Caution. Alright. Our next order of business should be to grab that herb and heal ourselves while dumping these ink ribbons over. Let's go this way. Sometimes surviving is all about timing. I didn't even notice that there was a dagger on our side when you have it equipped. It's kind of a nice detail. The reason why I saved so many ink ribbons is because I actually use a decent amount of them later. Because that's when things get a little crazy. That's also why I don't pick up any of the herbs. Because a decent amount of the herbs I just forget about, but it's better safe to grab them when I need them than to waste them on my way to saving them for later. I'm just gonna go this way. Now that we have the broken shotgun, we can go back to the area we were at earlier. And we can actually unlock the door that we couldn't pass earlier. Which is gonna be a very safe bet. Because this is actually probably one of the best safe rooms in the game. What's in here again? Forgot. Oh, right. Ammo. Stuff hanging out in the closet. Oh yeah, Itchy Tasty. How could I forget? Oh, right. Oop, oop. I was trying to use my defensive item instead of wriggling out, but I was a little too late to the party. Yeah, all of them there are supplies. I think it's marked as red now? No. Oh no, it's marked as white because it's 100%, or green. It's a really sickly green, but yeah, it's green. If I'm right, this is the room that I'm going to have to worry about later. Yeah, I can actually do it now because I know where the blue eyes are. And I'm right next to the foyer, too. So I can go upstairs and grab it. This way. Okay. A couple of dead guys here. No problem. Kind of in my way, though. Use a dagger to get him out of the way. I don't really have time to worry about the zombies right now. I'm gonna go in here and grab some herbs, though. Because I'm pretty hurting. I think I can only use them maybe 4 times in total. So, I'm running out of uses. But I try to use those first before the pool of items I have. Okay, you're here. There's our blue eye right there. The cool thing about opening up that safe house area downstairs is that now we can avoid the upstairs, more or less, for now. Because there's just a lot of danger there, and we don't want to deal with it. This way to the stairs? Yeah. We'll head back to the room where the broken shotgun is needed later. But right now, getting this done right now would probably be the best bet. Alright, it's near the typewriter. We need that emblem soon, I think. This is why it's very important to explore just about everything in an area, is because you could use some of the resources that you find. And having a really strong amount of shortcuts is also good. Let's put the red eye in. Or put the blue eye. This is shotgun shells. Which is going to be useful in a moment, because we're going to get a shotgun. We won't get the yellow eye until much later. Okay. This is where my memory gets a little foggy. Not as foggy as Resident Evil 2 is going to be, though. Because I've actually played through most of Resident Evil 2. But the problem is that I haven't played it in like 5 years. So, going to be a bit rusty there, too. So now that we have the armor, there are a couple places further down that we can explore. It's also kind of important that those windows didn't explode when they could have. Okay, we've already been through there. I believe we've been through there. Yeah, that's where the herbicide was. Now, that herbicide's coming back, so don't forget about it. So we're just going to take the shotgun, then we're going to put the broken shotgun on there, and that should do it. Okay, next up is the room over here. So this is a very unique puzzle. It requires, color combinations. And also there's crows here that'll swarm you if you make a mistake. So we have this picture here of a green crown, a purple necklace, and a red bracelet. We don't want to press it yet, though, because we don't have the stuff set up. So we need that in purple, and we need this in red, or orange. That's green, so we can't do that. The other one needs to be green. Which means that the other one is what we need. Oh, it is a crown, okay. Well, we have the purple. Valiant wearing a bracelet, set in yellow stained glass. Okay, orange, purple, and green. Come around here. Press the switch. Whoop. There we go. Green. Awesome. And now we can press the switch, because we have the right colors. If you make a mistake there, the crows will come and swarm you, which is kind of rough. And here's our first death mask. And a shortcut to the foyer. Again, a very important thing. So this is one without a mouth. which again is very important. So we're going to go back to the item box on the left side. And then we're going to take a little break. Do I have an extra space? Yeah. So before I do anything else, I'm going to grab this emblem. Because it's going to be important soon. If my memory is serving me rightly, then it's going to be very soon. My memory isn't very good. So I shouldn't trust it all too much, but I am. Because I'm an idiot. Okay, we go down to the final door. And then we go in left. Oh, right. Off me. Well, at least we healed up, so we should be okay for a while. Oh, that's a frenzied zombie. Why is there a frenzied zombie? Did that dagger kill it? Is that why I've been seeing crazy zombies? Okay, we're gonna put these down in a file here. And because we don't need this ammo right now, I'm gonna put it away. And I'm also gonna put the shotgun away for a temporary amount of time. I'm also gonna save. Just in case. Because this is the point where Jill's path could change drastically in comparison to Chris's story. Which is why I'm saving now.